61, post-menopausal, 100 days. Janet Jackson, 1995 body. Can it be done? We're going to find out.
Out of the blue, I'm changing my tune. They think I'm singing off key and coming unglued.
Now, why is it important for postmenopausal women to actually do some resistance training? Okay, here we are on day 2, and today is the day that we're going to do our first major workout. Today we're going to get into the lower body workout. Now, why is it important for postmenopausal women to actually do some resistance training? Well, interestingly enough, a friend of mine last week asked me, was I going to get a DEXA scan before starting my journey, my transformation journey? I have had a DEXA scan done before, and a DEXA scan is a good indication, gives you a good indication of what your body composition is. Looks at your fat composition, how much muscle mass you have, and it also takes a look at your bones. Very, very important for postmenopausal women, all the hormonal changes and the decreases in estrogen, and all of a sudden we're finding ourselves with osteopenia, osteoporosis, thinning bones. I have been a victim of that, I have to admit. I've had a couple bones break in the past. I'm not saying it's because of that, but I did have a DEXA scan done probably about 10 years ago, and it definitely showed that I had some osteoporosis. This is not uncommon for us as we age. Hence why resistance training and weightlifting is so important, because we need to maintain the strength of those bones. It might also help, and again, I'm not dispensing medical advice, I'm just telling you what I'm doing, but I actually take a calcium and a vitamin D3 supplement because I know that my vitamin D levels are chronically low. And I just don't get enough in the food that I eat. Probably because I don't have that much dairy. I don't have a lot of calcium fortified foods. And while I'm out there in the sun, I do have melanin in my skin. Plus I wear sunscreen. So maybe not getting as much vitamin D action happening as I would normally. So I take a supplement of calcium and vitamin D3. And weightlifting and putting that extra load on your bones is definitely going to help that in the future going forward. It's something you probably should do as a preventive measure rather than just kind of try to catch up once you're postmenopausal. So weight training is extremely important. I also believe that muscle is a fountain of youth. Man, if you've got a lot of muscle, you are burning calories all day. I know people who have so much muscle, they pretty much eat whatever they want, and those calories just melt off them like it was nothing. They have very high metabolism. But building muscle, strength training, a key element to me trying to get that Janet Jackson body from 1995. So today is the first day. We're going to put some weights on and do some lifting here at home in my home gym. So what is the plan for today? We are focusing on the lower body. So here's what's on my AI generated workout plan. We'll see if we can get through this. Now, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that I'm 61 years old. I can't lift the way I used to. Today is going to be my first real day, even though we spent the whole week kind of getting into the groove. Today is like the first real day. So on the plan, we're going to do a warm up. So I'm going to give myself a nice easy spin between 5 and 10 minutes to warm up, and do a little bit of hip and ankle mobility, just kind of making sure all the joints are loose. Here's what we have on the plan. Goblet squats, 4 sets of 10. Romanian deadlifts, 4 sets of 10. Split squat, so that's kind of like a lunge, right? 3 sets of 10. That is going to be checking my balance, right? Make sure that my balance is okay. I'll have the little bench next to me in case I need to hang on a little bit. A hip thrust on the bench. So remember how I was doing the bridge on the ground last week? This is a similar motion, but this time we're going to be thrusting from the bench with a 1-second squeeze at the top. Some lateral band walks, that's going to work on the side of the thigh. And then some calf raises, 3 sets of calf raises, and then finish off and cool down with another 10-minute spin. That's the workout plan for today. I'll post that in the video description so you can see exactly what I did. Now, for food today, I did really well yesterday, by the way. So I'm just going to show you now I did track it in my fitness plan. So you'll see how many calories I ended up having there, which is just around the 1,400 mark. And I wasn't hungry, by the way. I was totally full the whole day, kept up with drinking my water, of course, which is really, really important. And you'll see the little pie graph there, how it's in the 40s for both protein and fat, and then just above 10% for the carbs. So I think I did a really, really good day yesterday with the food. And that's, again, pretty much following the plan that I've been given by my AI agency. For today, it's going to be an eggs again, scrambled eggs. I like scrambled eggs. I may get bored of it, but I like them. Adding some egg whites to it with some tomato, spinach, and a little bit of mushrooms chopped up in that. For my snack, same as yesterday, actually, I'm going to have a little sardines with my seeded crackers. For dinner tonight, I'm slow cooking some beef short ribs. So that is going to be delicious. Can't wait to try that out later. And if I need an evening snack, I'm going to have a little bit of Greek yogurt with fresh blueberries on top for an evening snack. And that'll pretty much do it for the day. So I've got my little checklist, which I actually forgot to show you that I did check off yesterday. I've made some changes here because I decided to have the sardines and crackers. So I'm going to create a new tick box checklist to make sure that it's up to date with what I'm actually putting in my mouth. But I ticked off everything for yesterday. I will tick this off later today once we've gone through the plan. And I'll be gentle with myself. Let's get into the workout.
Out of the blue, I'm changing my tune. They think I'm singing off key and coming unglued. Everywhere I go, people try to bring me down, but nothing can erase my smile when you're around. And it's all because of you that I'm feeling the way that I do. You know that when you call me, nothing can harm me. I know that your love is true. No more wasting my time waiting in line. I can see a new way, so I'm changing my mind. And everywhere I go, people try to turn me around, but nothing they say or do is gonna change what I found. And it's all because of you that I'm
Finish it off. Okay. So we got through it. That was not easy, but it's okay. We did everything on the workout plan for today. But before I get into that, let's just go back to where did I start from today. So I did get on the scale this morning, and I was so happy to see that I was back in the 87s. So that's really, really good. So we're really close to where I wanted to begin this 100-day challenge from. And I measured my waist circumference. Well, we have a bit of work to do there. It was 106 centimeters across my waist. Well, I didn't really measure it at the smallest part of my waist, if there is a smallest part of my waist. I measured it at my belly button because at least I know that I'll be able to consistently measure it in the same place each week. I'm not going to measure it every day. We're going to just do this once a week now, get on the scale and measure the waist circumference. So 106 centimeters, not great, but it's who I am and it's where I'm starting, and I love me. So I'm going to give myself a little grace and a little compassion there. This is a journey, and it is progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. So we're going to be making some progress. What's the workout that we did today? So I warmed up on the spin bike and then did some goblet squats with a 10-kilo dumbbell. Then some Romanian deadlifts with 2 6-kilo dumbbells, split squats or working each side sort of in a lunge position and then squatting down with a 6-kilo dumbbell. I used the bench a little bit there just for balance, just to make sure I wasn't going to fall over. Some hip thrusts from the bench. So remember, we were doing those bridges last week just to warm up the hips. So hip thrust, I did put a 6-kilo dumbbell on top of those. That felt okay. I did 4 sets of those. Some calf raises, working the lower leg strength. And then, oh my goodness, this was the hardest of everything. Doing the lateral walks with the band across that. And this is a pretty good band, the blue size. So I don't know what the tension is. I have a couple of these, but that was tough. I really felt that in my butt. So I think I'm going to feel this tomorrow. And then I got back on the spin bike for a 10-minute cool down. Really good to just kind of let the body calm down after all that hard work and stimulation. I'm really looking forward to eating my breakfast now, my scrambled eggs with egg whites and the tomato and mushroom and spinach. Really important for me to stay hydrated today. I could sort of feel a little bit of cramping in my toes when I got on the spin bike for my cool down. So I might put an extra dose of electrolytes in here this afternoon. I did get my electrolytes and my multivitamin and my morning habit stack, but I might add it to my afternoon bottle as well. Important to keep up your salt, especially if you're sweating a lot. So drink up, get your water in, and tomorrow it'll be an upper body workout, which will be good because I know the lower half is going to need a break. That's all we have for today. I'm looking forward to talking to you soon. This is Life with Dr. Shari Hall, the 100-day challenge. See you soon. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing so far and you'd like to continue on the journey with me, or perhaps you just need a little friendship or some inspiration or motivation as you start your own transformation journey, feel free to click the subscribe button below. I'd love to have you along. So subscribe. Okay.